Hey guys, today we are at the Hershey RV show and we are going to show you our 3 favorite Super Cs. And I am standing in one of them and this thing is freaking awesome. Hey guys, the Hershey show has come and went, as you've known, and so we're not one of the channels that rushes right back to the camper and edits to midnight to get videos up the day of the show. So our
love those channels, but we can't keep up like that. No, so we're not like real time. We're not in real time channel.
No,
we're a couple weeks behind.
And we both have day jobs, and so you know our vacations for us are normally us just working somewhere else, especially for me, and so we weren't able to do that. So Hershey show's over by a couple of weeks, and we're going to give you the video, kind of like our Louisville Boat Show RV video that you guys seem to like.
Yeah, so we're at home in our dining room again, in our newly renovated kitchen, which you will get to see soon. But right now we want to continue into the 3 coolest Super Cs we saw at the show.
So these are the Super Cs that we like the most. They had the most features that kind of like they just stood out to us the way they were, whether it be the layout or the paint schemes or whatever the case may be. These were our 3 favorites.
We don't want to confuse you guys because I know that our audience knows that we're kind of looking in the 5th wheel category, which we will have some more 5th wheels coming up from this show. But we also always have got our eyes on these Super Cs. Love them. We've had diesel pushers before, guys. Like I think there might be a Super C in our future somewhere.
The Super C in the future part of the Super C for me is like when Olivia graduates high school, and we don't have to camp around school schedule.
We're out of here.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay, the Renegade 40 ERB. That sucker was beautiful.
It is $102,000 off and only $3,500 a month. Let's check this one out.
This is nice.
This is really pretty.
This is a couple's coach.
For sure.
I mean, you could pull that couch out for someone to sleep, but there is no bunk above the driver's cabin. But this is really nice.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see on the Renegades. One of the things that I didn't like about the Renegades for a long time is that they always had these. I'm not a fan of the curved shower, so they finally went away and put in a real shower. Yeah, very cool. This reminds me of the Nautica a little bit.
Yeah, I love that, like, not everything's shiny. It's still very pretty, but it's not super shiny. The floors look really good. Just looks like real tile. Probably is real tile, for all I know.
It probably is. $500,000.
Well, this is what you get what you pay for. Look at these nice induction top covers, sink covers, and then they had one in the bedroom that was gorgeous. Did you see it? I thought it went over that, but I'm not sure. It's got to cover something. Look how pretty this is. I'm not sure what that covers, but very pretty.
Yeah, very nice.
And it's got lots of cabinetry. I don't know if this place had or had room for a washer dryer. Oh yeah, back here by the toilet. But oh yeah, look at that. Stackable.
Look at this hole. It's not a foot flush, it's a button flush.
And then there's some gnats in here. Okay, honestly, this is kind of little,
If you flip it.
Yeah, like get that out of my way. It's got this. Oh, that's nice and sturdy. I mean, you don't need much more room. This is really nice. It's almost like real stone. I love it. And you guys out there in our audience have commented that we should look into Renegades. And so we have, but they're a little bit out of our price point, just a hair.
By a little, she means a lot.
A couple $100,000 out of our price point, so what?
Well, I mean, you know, when you're looking at the Renegade, especially the one we looked at, which was the 40 ERB, I mean, that thing had like the painted side slides and things like that I really like.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking like, that's almost like diesel pusher tag axle money for one of those. So we're watching the video as we're talking about them,
yeah,
kind of going through our likes and dislikes.
Honestly, we gotta like remind ourselves of what we saw here because it can get confusing. I love the exterior paint colors on this one.
Yeah, it's super pretty. One of the big things I like, it's on a Freightliner Cascadia chassis, which is like a semi chassis. Any Super C manufacturers that are out there listening to me, if you're gonna put them on a semi chassis, why not do like a KW W9 with a big long boxy hood? Now that would be cool. Instead of the slope nose aerodynamic. Like if you're gonna spend the money for a pusher, put it on a Peterbilt, put it on a KW Kenworth. That would be kind of cool to see.
All I really know about our Freightliner experience was their customer service was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Freightliner was great, but I'm just saying, like, you know, my big favorite parts of the Renegade are, you know, it was, like I said, it was on a Cascadia Freightliner frame. I thought that's just kind of cool. So it's going to have a bigger horsepower engine. It has a Girard awning, which I've always just found those incredibly neat. I like the fact that the sides of the slides are painted, so when the slides come out, the paint job matches, the slides match the paint job.
Really pretty.
That's pretty typical when you spend $500,000 on a camper.
Yeah.
And I really like it had like cup holders on the dinette, which is a thing, like when you're going down the road, I know that sounds like trivial, but when you got somebody sitting in the dinette and they have it's just nice to be able to put your drink in a cup holder and not slide over the table.
It's a silly thing to mention, but it's an important thing to mention because our Holiday Rambler did not have built-in cup holders, and we needed that, and so we ended up buying these little Amazon things that just stick, which was fine.
It worked great.
But like I love that there's an actual little cup holder there. Yeah, it's important because as you're going down the road, you're most likely going to have a drink. One of the things I dislike about this one is there's no bunk above the driver's cab. And for us, we kind of need that. We need that extra maybe sleeping space. Although one of my favorite things about this one is the layout. And because it has the bedroom before the bathroom. The bathroom's in the back and the bedroom's kind of in the middle-ish. And I like that because we, in our Georgetown Class A gas engine, our bedroom was in the back. And it was very dark. I remember the cabinetry was dark, and well, actually, that Georgetown did have a bathroom in the back.
It was in the very back,
but it was tiny. And I think just the whole thing felt very closed in. It felt very boxy. So when I look at these pushers and Super Cs, I prefer the layout that has the bathroom in the back.
Well, I think too, though, like on these, the bathrooms that are in the back like that, they're really they're big bathrooms to be in a camper.
And there's lots of daylight, lots of windows. And so when they put it in the middle, they tend to put the windows look like this one's got the window under the TV. I don't know, it just feels spacious, and I can see the daylight from the back bathroom. Maybe that's what I didn't like about our Georgetown, because there was no daylight back there. Another thing I like about this Renegade is the access to the half bath, like right inside the door. You know, I just liked the location of that, kind of easy to use it when you're driving. I also love that this very nice higher end Super C is kind of casual looking. Like it's not too shiny. And I just don't like the shiny everything. Shiny cabinets, shiny floors, shiny. Lights everywhere, shiny. I don't personally care for that, and this one just feels casual and homey and like comfortable. One of my dislikes is the placement of that laundry closet.
Oh, it's right next to the toilet.
It's like, how are you going to bend down and, like, I don't know, put your clothes in, take them out? What if something falls in the toilet? You're definitely going to need your liquefied toilet bowl cleaner for that.
I think, it's like one of those deals too, like when you look at, and I get it because, you've only got so much space to put so many things. So if you have a really cool layout and you have all this functional stuff, there's going to be some sort of dysfunction somewhere in that camper just because you've only got 40 feet or whatever it is.
And we get it because we've been in the Class A twice, and it's like there's only so many layout options possible. So, but love the Renegade.
So this is our second camper that we're talking about today, is a Tiffin Allegro 38BB.
Jarrett loves the black wheels. I like the colors on this. I think it's pretty cool. They're it's almost a bluish purple. In certain light it looks blue. In certain light it's looking purple. It's really neat. Anyway, the layout of this thing's pretty cool. So you got a really nice dinette.
Here's the one I like.
Bunk above the bed. And this couch is like a camel color. It's got a really nice suede material. It's really smooth and soft. It's not sticky. Not a big fan of this marble floor, but who's complaining, right? If you got one of these, who's complaining? Kind of neat design in the ceiling.
Aluminum backing, aluminum frame, structure foam insulation.
So you've got this little pull-out board here. I don't know really what you'd use that for. Maybe a cutting area, but it's cool. Nice induction top under there, and then washer, dishwasher. You got a little pull-out pantry here. That's really nice. And then look how big and spacious the bedroom is back there. First, let's show you this little bath. Half bath that I'm sure you can probably access while you're driving. I would hope so. And that would be the purpose of having that there. But look how spacious this is. Lots of cabinetry. Lots of windows. And then I love a bathroom in the back. Lots of cabinetry, good counter space, washer dryer. Oh, this is a slide? Yeah, it says slide. Nice. And then got a pretty good sized shower in there. Really like this one. More cabinetry. I think that would be a safe.
But the thing that really drug us into this camper was the exterior, because this is a freaking gorgeous camper. It's the dark colors, it's got the black, Icola wheels on it. I mean, it's just like one of those ones like...
It did have black wheels. I loved it. It almost looked bluish purple. I don't know what attracted me to it. And the darker colors on the fifth wheels, I feel like are questionable. It's almost like buying the new home that's popular nowadays, those Craftsman homes with the black hardy board. And I worry about fading and those kind of things. But with the fifth wheel, I wonder if it would fade. We saw that darker green Cougar, and they made the black one, and I wonder how that'll hold up. But with this full body paint, is there a difference between the fifth wheels and these darker?
Well, if it's
Super Cs,
if it's paint, then it's going to be like a car. It really shouldn't fade. The only trouble if it's paint is it just shows scratches over time because it's a darker color.
Maybe. I just really liked the way this one looked.
If they're doing dark stickers, yeah, that stuff's going to peel off in like 24 months. One of the things that really stood out to me about this camper is one that has the bunk over the cab, which is like a must for us in Super C. And the reason being is, the reason I really like the bunk over the cab, and I'll just get this out of the way, is you have a space where if your kids want to come and the bunks are big enough, we're now getting into the point where we're getting in-law, like daughter-in-laws and whatnot. So if they want to go camping with us, they have a place where they can go. But if they don't go camping with us, it's not in the middle of this space. So we're able to kind of have more of a couples coach,
right? With
the extra space in case somebody wants to go with us.
Right. I just like the option that the bed is there, that we didn't have to make every single night.
Right.
Yeah. And unlike the Holiday Rambler, it doesn't block the door.
Correct. Yeah, I mean,
there are doors because the driver and passenger doors. Right?
Right.
Right. The only entrance for the Holiday Rambler was up front.
Yeah, and so we had that loft bed to come down, which was great because we didn't have to make it every night. But if someone slept in it, you were ducking.
Yeah.
Which honestly, is not a big deal unless it was an emergency and everybody had to get out. Then that could be.
Oh, well, you just have to duck, and it was awkward.
Yeah.
But other than that, loved that. Loved that diesel pusher. I liked the soft, suede leather material.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was a warmer touch. It wasn't sitting in cold vinyl material.
Or that stuff that pleather stuff that they use in campers, it kind of sticks to you.
Yeah.
It's real popular right now because it cleans up easy, but yeah.
Again, on this one for me, the The bedroom bathroom placement just really made sense, felt very homey and light and bright. And again, the only thing I dislike is that laundry placement again. Great, bright, big bathroom, but getting over that toilet I think would get on my nerves. But other than that, like, absolutely love this Super C.
Yeah, it was, you know, it had all the things. It had a small, didn't have a big shelf in the shower, had a single bowl vanity in the bathroom. So, you know, it had all the things like we would say is like, this is a deal with Valor, which none of this stuff is deal breakers for us, you know.
I mean, who would complain to have this Super C?
Right, but I mean, it's just kind of like one of those deals of, yeah, you know, like, you know, it's just...
Your diamond shoes are too tight?
Right,
yeah.
Right. Another dislike for us, and this is just because we're not, especially me, I'm not fancy. You guys have already figured this out about me, but it has a really shiny marble floors that, and I get that it's supposed to make it look high-end.
Well, they're not shiny, but they do have that marble look. And I guess that would be a dislike for me. I'm not a fan of the marble look, but that's just personal preference.
Again.
Diamond shoes too tight. The only thing I didn't quite understand was that fold out little island peninsula extra cutting board thing they did. I'm not sure if that's extra countertop or like a cutting area or just an extra space. I'm not sure what its purpose was. Could you quite tell?
No, and it was, I think it was stuck out when we were there, like we couldn't get it to go back.
It was when we walked into the RV, it was out like, look at me, I'm in a cool feature. And I'm like, but what is it used for?
And then I think I tried to push it back in. I'm like, somebody probably got rough
And
with this
got
one.
stuck?
Yeah, it got stuck. I don't know, whatever.
Okay, on to my personal fave. Number one Super C of the show for me.
You know what's funny about your favorite?
What?
It's probably the cheapest one we looked at too.
Good. Right up my alley.
Yeah.
The Jayco Seneca Prestige 37M.
All right, guys, this is the Jayco Prestige 37M. We really like this floor plan. So it's got some really cool stuff going about it. It's got the Gerard awnings. We like the Jayco, so I'm gonna take you straight into this one. So we looked at some Jaycos before, and I haven't seen this layout in a Jayco, have you?
I don't remember. This reminds me of the Thor Prestige.
It does remind me of the Thor Prestige. But it's really with this is a full wall slide. This is a full wall slide, so that's makes it feel a lot bigger. Yeah, I like this one. It's pretty open, especially for a Super C. A lot of times you run out of room in these. It's got a nice bathroom. Got a decent shower.
Huge bunk. That's what we loved about this one. This truly feels like a motor home. It smells like a motor home too. Love it.
It does not have air seats, but it has the adjustable seats.
Look at this. Tub sink, induction, panorama. This is my favorite Super C layout. I love this. I mean, it's so spacious everywhere you go. And I like beds that have the button that fold up. Look at this window. There is cabinetry above it, but look how high it is. Yeah,
and if the bed was flat, it's got a flat headboard, so you can sit up in bed.
Oh, this is great.
No pantry though. That's one thing I'm noticing.
Yeah, part-time. It's all good. We make it work.
Yeah,
this could be pantry.
That's what you're gonna say.
Pantry.
Get a lot of stuff in there. Then you got all those cabinets across the top here. That would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
But we have seen this layout before, and I love this layout. I love the exterior colors, of course. Very classy. I like the whites mixed in with some of the blues. Is that blue or gray? I can't tell, but
it's bluish gray.
And the light colors of the interior inside. Everything's just bright. Love it.
So yeah, it's got the great layout. It's got, it's got the full wall slide down the passenger side, which is nice. The laundry room is not in the bathroom, also nice.
Yeah, it's got a space of its own. I mean, you can actually open the doors and your full body can stand there. You're not bending over something else.
So it's got out of the ones we looked at, I think it had the biggest bunk over the cab with a window, which is nice. The Renegade didn't have a bunk, but the Tiffin had a small, like the bunk was almost like, it's not real narrow.
This bunk is huge. It just looks it looks extra big.
It does not have a back bathroom, which we like the back bathrooms, but the thing that you get because it doesn't have a back bathroom is it has a huge window in the rear bedroom.
I think that's what made this one for me. The daylight in the back bedroom and the fact that that bed tilts up. So the bedroom already by itself felt bright and spacious.
It felt bigger.
Yeah, and that bathroom in the center really doesn't bother me because it just felt, the whole thing flows really nicely. It feels like you can get to what you need without bending over something else or bumping into something else. It just seemed like it was very wide and open.
Yeah, you put that bed up and you almost like have your own little wardrobe room essentially.
I love the floors because they're more of a casual wood floor.
One of the things that I noticed, and I might be wrong on this, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but it does not have air ride seats, which honestly, like, that's one of the cool part about having a Super C is you get the air ride rear axle.
Okay, so whatever we looked at before did have the air ride seats with this layout.
The Thor Princept and Inception had the air ride seats.
You keep saying Princept. It's Precept.
Whatever.
It's not a Princept. It's not a princess. Thor princess.
I
don't know what you're saying.
Whatever. The Precept. The two Thors that are the same. One of them's Inception. The other one starts with a P. They had air ride seats, but honestly, like, it's the same coach. So you just pick the one you get the best price on, I guess.
I'm looking at the bunk now. I just love that window up there. That made it for me. Yeah. Everybody gets daylight. Everybody gets space, no matter where you are in the coach. Love this one, and I am marking it, flagging it, putting it on the top of my Super C list.
Put it on your vision board.
Yeah, because if it can't come before the fifth wheel and it has to come second, then I've got my eye on it and I can't wait to see what happens to it in the next 3 to 5 years when I'm ready for it.
Yeah, or maybe we can find a used one. One thing about that I noticed on all the Super Cs, and they do it, and I know why they do it, and I just don't know how I feel about it, is they went away from having propane on coaches, which is fine. And so with all the Super Cs, now they're all running the aqua hots, which, you know, like, I'm just going to tell you, like, I've worked on the aqua hot before, and if you're going to have one, just go ahead and order you a thermostat when you buy you a new camper. Might get a couple.
Here's the video.
Yeah.
Aqua Hot sends it to everyone who has thermostat questions anyway, so you might as well just watch it. It's horrible.
It's a horrible
but
video.
Apparently it's useful.
And it's so useful that Aqua Hot sends it out when you have a question about how to change your thermostat.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, like, the old propane stoves and things are just so much simpler, but I get it. I understand why. But I wish they would just come up with a better system than the Aqua Hot.
We have spent this kind of money before, and I'm considering spending this kind of money again. And when you spend this kind of money, you want your own hot shower.
No, I agree. But if you have an Aqua Hot, that's going to be intermittent.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're better now. I don't think so, but maybe they're better than they were. So if they are, let us know. I'm just kind of curious. This is wrapping up the Super C video. Guys, again, like we said last week in our video, like, we did not look at a ton of campers because it just got away from us.
The Hershey show was so much fun, and we will go again, and we're gonna have a plan this time, and we're gonna see a lot more than we got to see. On to the golden nugget.
Go to the golden nugget.
Okay, we have a little golden nugget. If you're still watching, you want to continue to watch. Sometimes we'll throw in a golden nugget. Apparently, we've started doing this golden nugget thing at the end of the video, which basically just means we're throwing in something else that has nothing to do with the Super Cs at the Hershey RV show.
You better hurry up because they're gonna click off.
But for our returning viewers who like to listen to us chat about nothing, here's your golden nugget. And we know you like watching because you comment on the golden nugget all the time. So whether it's a campfire recipe or just something we're updating you on in our life, thank you for staying tuned for the little piece. We interrupt this regularly scheduled program to show you something really cool. We just got our first ever gift in the mail from a viewer, subscriber. And this is from Matt and Sarah from Tobacco Barn Craftsman. That's the name of their business. They said, sorry it took so long, Matt and Sarah. We need to camp soon. That's cute their little Tobacco Barn trailer that they do a lot of shows with. How fun. This is a fun business. Shop small, y'all. We always support small local business. And they know we like Kentucky stuff and like bourbon stuff. This is so cute. We got a little magnet. And some Cheetos. Okay, and if you're looking at our unfinished kitchen, hopefully by now, by the time this clip airs, you've seen the finished kitchen. We are in the middle of it not being finished. We still need grout on this backsplash. Under cabinet lighting, all kinds of goodies. We're not done. So if you're seeing this beforehand, you got lucky. It's not done yet. So don't pay too close of attention. Oh my gosh, it's a Christmas ornament. How cute.
Out of tobacco sticks.
Yeah, I love it. That is so sweet. And he just said through their messaging that they're doing a Christmas show soon. So we really need to go to one of them. Kentucky Proud. Tobacco Barn Craftsman, Crestwood, Kentucky. That's up north, in case you didn't know. Look at that, how cute. This is gonna look great in our kitchen somewhere. I love this, this is neat. It's like half of a bourbon. Yeah, top. Very cool. Thank you so much, Matt and Sarah. You guys go look up Tobacco Barn Craftsman on Instagram and Facebook. We'll put a link in the description if we can. If not, we'll put it here in the text. But thank you guys so much. That is so sweet. We're gonna come visit you, and yes, we'll camp together and have a glass of bourbon. And about the kitchen, I know it's not done, and I didn't want to show you before it was done, but now it's nearly finished. And so here's another snapshot of at least the backsplash done, so you can see that like it's not totally rugged and unfinished around here. We're making progress.
Slowly but surely.
Yes, as I speak, we are just waiting on the paint. So the painter's coming next week, and the kitchen area will be done.
Finally.
So we will show you more of those updates later. But if you've been following us for very long, this house is coming a long way.
You know that we're not a sponsor-heavy channel, and we don't plan on being a sponsor-heavy channel, but we have a merch store.
Oh, we do? Yeah. Okay, so none of this came from it.
No, this is like what Valerie is wearing is like our merch that we're not happy with, so we ended up getting like a for real merch store.
Okay, it's not that we're not happy with, but so we have a Redbubble store that is also in our about section, or sometimes in the description of the video. That's where this came from. But you can get mugs from there if you want from our Redbubble store. That's kind of like a print on demand store that's fun to play with. The merch store, you can tell them about that, is new.
So we did another merch store when we've done a few designs. There's a Jarrett's World Famous Bike Tour. If anybody buys that, I'm like, I'm going to question you. But
hey, they like it. We got so many comments at the Hershey show about your bike tour. And so we thought, why not go ahead and make a t-shirt? And that's where this came about. So if y'all want a Jarrett's World Famous Bike Tour t-shirt, our merch store link is in the link below. You can get you one, or a mug,
or whatever you want. But I will say anything that you guys spend there, and we're not making piles of money on it, but it does help support the channel.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. The more support and stuff like that we get, the faster you'll see like truck builds and us at more places, and because it gets expensive doing all this stuff.
The faster you'll see Jarrett finish his truck.
Right. So
That's funny.
By the way,
$1 at a time.
By the way, I have a couple of kidneys for sale if anybody needs them.
No, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with fifth wheels from the Hershey RV show. And the fifth wheel that's now got my attention, so much so that...
she's not getting it.
Yes, I am. I really like it, guys. It has one of the things that I just said, you know, RV manufacturers got cool, and they started coming out with the rooms we need. I'm just saying, this one has a room I need.
It has a room you want.
Has a room I need.
You don't need it, you want it.
Jarrett's World Famous Bike Tour needs this room. I'll give you a hint. Comment below if you know what room I'm talking about.
All right, guys.
See you on our next adventure.
Next week.